Hello friends. Welcome to the Antim Coach YouTube channel. Today, we will explore the allegory of the cave from the perspective of Advaita Vedanta. The allegory is a special type of story that presents moral or social issues through real or imaginary events. Plato's allegory of the cave serves to explain profound messages. The famous Greek philosopher Plato wrote this allegory in his book titled The Republic. Through this story, Plato presents his views on knowledge, education, and the nature of reality. The narrative is structured as a conversation between Socrates, the master, and Plato's younger brother, Glaucon. In the story, Socrates explains that there are prisoners who are chained in such a way that they can only see the wall in front of them, unable to look behind. Behind them is a large wall with a fire burning. Some people walk along this wall, carrying various objects on their heads, and the captives can only see the shadows of these objects projected onto the wall before them. They spend their entire lives seeing nothing but these shadows. These shadows appear to them as the real objects. The sounds echoing from the movement of the people seem to the captives as sounds associated with these shadows. For them, the shadows constitute the entirety of their reality, and they believe that the most knowledgeable prisoner is the one who can predict which shadow will appear next. Now, imagine that one prisoner is freed from his chains and shown the real objects. Initially, the free man will not recognize these objects and will still believe the shadows are more real than reality itself. If he is shown the fire, he will be frightened and will want to return to the familiar shadows. If someone forcibly takes him out of the cave, he will become angry at the rescuer. Upon emerging from the cave and seeing animals, birds, trees, plants, rivers, mountains, etc., in the sunlight, he may initially think he is experiencing an illusion. However, as he touches the trees and plants, hears the sounds of various birds and animals, enters the river, and climbs the mountains, these things will gradually begin to feel real to him. When he becomes tired and sits in the shade of a tree, he will understand that the sunlight creates shadows. He will slowly start to realize that he and his fellow prisoners have always seen shadows, mistaking them for the truth. As he reflects on the definitions of intelligence and success from his former perspective, he will feel happy yet miserable, recognizing the foolishness of having predicted shadows within that society. Socrates then asks Glaucon to imagine the free man returning to the cave. He will struggle to see the shadows due to his newfound enlightenment and will feel uneasy in the dark. Society will dismiss him as worthless, and the captives will say among themselves, "Look, he went outside the cave and returned blind. Therefore, it's futile to try to escape the cave." If the man tries to share his knowledge of the real world, they will consider him a fool and laugh at him. They will fear everything he says that contradicts their understanding. None of the prisoners will agree to leave the cave with him. If he tries to free them forcefully, they will unite to kill him. Through this allegory, Plato conveys that ascending to a higher level of knowledge is crucial. Often, individuals become anxious and cannot recognize new knowledge, making it a challenging experience to reach that higher understanding. Now, let's analyze this allegorical story from the perspective of Advaita Vedanta. In Advaita Vedanta, the shadows on the wall represents the material world perceived by our senses, which is an illusion. The fire in the cave symbolizes Maya, the source of this illusory world. Predicting the shadows symbolizes the efforts we make to accumulate material wealth in this world, while the recognition and rewards symbolize the wealth and respect we receive from society for our endeavors. Emerging from the cave symbolizes the seeker striving to know their true nature. The journey of leaving the cave represents the process of self-realization, and knowing the real world outside the cave symbolizes the realization of one's true nature, which transcends duality and illusion. This realization equates to knowing the true essence of Brahman. Just as the liberated person who returns to the cave faces doubt, opposition, and ridicule, similarly, the self-realized individual often becomes the target of skepticism and scorn from a materialistic society. There are numerous parallels between Plato's allegory of the cave and Advaita Vedanta. Both discuss the journey from ignorance to knowledge and from illusion to truth. However, while Plato emphasizes the role of logic and intellectual analysis in the search for truth, Advaita Vedanta highlights the significance of direct experience and ultimate knowledge. According to Advaita Vedanta, Brahman is the ultimate truth, formless, eternal, and the world we perceive is merely an expression of Brahman. The aim of Advaita Vedanta is to realize our Brahman nature by transcending the illusion of the world through spiritual practice. Now, let's apply Plato's allegory to the modern context of social media. Social media serves as a contemporary version of the cave. Not every image, video, or post on social media reflects the truth of real life. Many images are filtered, videos edited, and posts misleading. Most people showcase an idealized or filtered version of their lives rather than the genuine complexities they experience. They rarely discuss failures or negative experiences. Instead, they share only their achievements and positive moments. Their followers, treating social media as a mirror of life, perceive this partial truth as the complete truth, distorting their understanding of reality. They present a facade of happiness and success, comparing their lives to these idealized versions, which can lead to feelings of inadequacy. The constant comparison on social media increases pressure on users to appear happy and successful. The likes, shares, and comments serve as instant validation, trapping them in a cycle where their happiness is measured by external approval. According to Advaita Vedanta, true happiness cannot be found through external means, including social media. Genuine happiness will be discovered by understanding one's true blissful nature. Therefore, it's essential to navigate the digital landscape of social media with balance and positivity. Various parables and stories from different philosophical traditions emphasize the pursuit of truth, including Plato's Allegory of the Cave, the parable of the blind men and the elephant, and many others, as well as films like The Matrix and The Truman Show. Despite cultural and historical differences, a shared thirst for ultimate truth connects all civilizations.